Okay, good day. This is the second video, and I would like to talk about the movement functions, pivot, up, down, and the build quality. So, yeah. One second. So, this monitor's build quality is really nice. If you check out like the corners, how it's built up, the stand, it's very heavy. This is metal. It just looks and feels nice. It looks professional, if you know what I mean. So compared to this gaming device, which was also pretty expensive, it just looks a bit, how I would like call it, a bit cheaper. You know, this is still metal and the movement is still fine, but you have the buttons to go in the menu, and it takes a long time to boot. You see, and then when you press the buttons, it takes a long time to switch through profiles, which can get annoying if you like to change profiles. Like I have this for daylight and I have a dark profile, and I have to switch through that all the time. Whereas with this one, you have two options to change stuff. With the hotkey puck, basically a pun for hockey puck, pretty smart if you ask me, and you can switch through different profiles like low blue light, and I also have the brightness set to low on this one, sRGB mode, and here I can switch the brightness like on the fly if I want to. You can customize these buttons, and that's really nice. So even if I go to low blue light, I also have on-screen menu buttons. I can access them like just through pressing to the left or right, and there are also different blue light modes, like 60% less, 50%, 30% less. And each mode also saves the brightness level which you had included in it, which is really good. You can customize these settings on this menu as well. So you can change it so you can have picture mode, for example, and brightness. You can switch it to pretty much almost anything except a few exceptions, which I might expand on later. So yeah, also these buttons, you can use your hand to move them. It's touch, and you can see the nice light. It's very responsive, and it just feels nice. Also the small power button, for example, it's not intrusive at all. It is very, very modest. I don't know how to call it properly. And when you turn off the whole thing, then it is light orangey, you know, so it doesn't really just do anything to your eyes. It doesn't blind them or anything. So aside from that, let's check the build quality in general. It seems very thin on the top and the sides. In the back you have the cooling system and speakers and whatnot. Here you can carry the monitor. It's very sturdy, which is nice. If you push the monitor to the very bottom, you will see this tip a bit. So the picture in the stock pictures is representative. Then you have here a small hole where you could put the cables through if you are a bit more cautious about this. So what does it do? You can pull the monitor up and down. Even they say in their manual you should be careful about it. You should touch the monitor at the sides, because I also had this feeling when you push it down, it goes pretty fast, like as it's on its tracks, and you might slam it into something or into your hands. So be careful with that, please. And then what else you can do is you can like put the screen tilted backwards. I won't do that now because I only have one hand, but you can tilt it backwards pretty much. But what I realized is that this is the maximum you can tilt it forward. It is just slightly tilted. I mean, if you're gonna be laying down somewhere and you want to watch a movie or something, this might not be good. But the thing is, the screen is very, very, it has a high angle viewing angle, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, you'll see everything just fine. Yeah, actually, let's move it as far up as it goes, just to show you. So this is the highest distance it goes from the bottom, which is decent. You can tilt the monitor sideways if you're into that. Also, you can put it in a pivot. I won't be doing that as I only have one hand, but they explain it even in their manual. You have to pull it up and then tilt it backwards, and then you can twist it. And yeah, everything seems sturdy. You can move this here left and right. So yeah, Good stuff, good stuff. So what I realized was here there's a scratch. I don't know if I was the one responsible or if it came like that. And if you check from the top, here where the menu buttons are, it slightly, really slightly protrudes, but you don't even realize it when you're looking at the front. You just realize it when you're looking from the top, which you actually never do. Then we have a sensor, which also, you see, like, I don't know, I think it's infrared. It calculates the distance where you are and how bright everything is outside, which is really a really cool feature, which I'll get into later. So yeah, that's it about the build quality. Actually, I forgot to mention the ports. I'll just put the camera underneath so you can see which ports there are. So here we got two USB 3. Oh shit, can I see it? Okay, here. Yeah, we have two upstream 3.1 USB and two USB slots for downstream and one audio in, like, which is connected to the computer. And on the sides we have mini DVI, mini display port, HDMI and display port and DVI. Here we have a card reader, which I haven't tested out yet. I don't know if you can see it. Card reader and two more USB slots. So the USB works really nicely, what I realized, but when the monitor turns off, then the USB also turns off. So I don't know, it might be useful for connecting your phone or charging, but for like this external hard drive, which I have, if you want to plan on using it while the monitor is off, then it might not be the best solution. But it's nevertheless, you get 4 USB slots, which is really crazy. And I don't know, it acts as a hub because I only connected one USB from the monitor to the main board. So yeah, so that was it about the movement, build quality, and up-down stuff. What I also wanted to mention is that the menu is really responsive. Props for that. And you can set a lot of things. And yeah, so we will be continuing with some cool functions. And yeah, see you in a sec.